Hi there, Sandra here from the Schwowin's Nest. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I am very excited today because I am hosting a Fall Modern Colors DIY challenge with a new channel, Catherine, over at A Perfect Place to Start. Catherine does some amazing things. She's just starting out, so I would really love it if you could go over to her channel. Her link will be down in my description box, and give her some support by hitting that red subscribe button. Catherine's doing a blend of a bunch of things on her channel, just wonderful ideas, so please make sure you go check it out. The theme for our challenge today is Fall Modern Colors, using white, gray, and green. So we've challenged our participants to use those colors and also incorporate some other fall colors if they'd like to. I got some of my items on sale at Michael's for 40% off, but I decided to use this white wicker wreath that was part of another project that I took apart. I'm also using some branches from my backyard. Taking the branches, I'm just wedging them into the wreath, and I want to create them all going in the same direction. I will use some hot glue if I need to, just to make sure that they're all secure, but I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in with different lengths and sizes and make it look a little bit uniform all the way around. Every once in a while, I'll pick up the wreath and take a look at it just to make sure that I don't have too many longer pieces or too many shorter pieces all in one area. I'm also going to use some thicker, smaller sticks to fill in the gaps. I'm also continuing to lift it up and take a look at it in different areas and spin it around. And then I'm also going to be taking my snips and just trimming down any of the branches that are a little too long. I want this wreath to look airy and light, so I've taken it outside and I'm going to just give it a light spray paint with this Trem-Clad spray paint just in white. And what's going to happen is the white wreath is going to get a little whiter, but the branches are going to kind of go gray. Once the white paint dried, it soaked in a little bit, and that's going to be the gray tones of my wreath. Now that the wreath is dry, you can really see the difference between the white and the gray branches. I'm going to take these maple leaves and I'm going to cut them into the shape of oak leaves. I don't really want any maple leaves. They're a little too big. So I wanted to just cut these down, and I'm going to have a few different sizes to work with. When you're done watching my video, please go down to the description box and click on the playlist link. You are sure to be inspired by all the wonderful fall decor that you will see. I like to lay out my patterns before I actually start gluing things down. And I've got the 5 largest leaves that I've got them placed now like this, and I'm going to be just using hot glue to put everything together. Normally, I would probably use a little bit of wire for some of the more heavier items, but this wreath is a little delicate with these branches from my garden, so I don't want to take a chance on breaking anything. Now I'm taking some of the medium-sized leaves and I started to glue them on the tips of some of the branches. You're going to see later on that I removed that part because I didn't like how it was coming together. I loved how the interior was, but I just didn't like those leaves hanging off those edges. So in a little bit, you're going to see that I take them off. This is the garland that I grabbed. I love this one. It is so pretty with the browns and the creamy colors. It has pip berries on it and some other larger berries. It's got a few little maple leaves and these tiny little pumpkins that are just adorable. I'm not going to use the garland the way it is. I'm actually going to be trimming off the pieces that I need, and then I'll probably have some left over for another project in the future. I'm going to be adding a few layers of these berries, and I'm just going to use the individual stems and hot glue them into place. I'd like to thank all of my viewers and subscribers for their continued support. My channel is really starting to grow, and I'm really pleased, and I'm so thankful and grateful for everyone who joins me every day. I really like how the wreath is coming together, but I found that it was still needing a little bit more fullness towards the center. That one row of leaves just wasn't cutting it. So I'm adding the medium-sized leaves down underneath the bottom so it has a little bit more dimension. I'll probably add 5 or 6 of them all the way around the wreath. Now I'm going to start adding these super cute little mini pumpkins. They are adorable. And there's 20 of them in a pack, and they're just really beautiful and pretty. I'm not going to paint them. I'm not going to distress them. I'm going to use them exactly how they are. And I'm just going to start placing them around the wreath in a way that I like it, and then hot glue them into place. Next, I'm going to use the little green mini pumpkins, and they are so cute as well, but they've got some really nice texture to them, so they're really pretty. I'm going to be actually sticking some of these on the edges of some of the thicker branches. I want to have some of the pumpkins sticking out around the outsides. The pumpkins are styrofoam, so I'm just using a bamboo skewer to just poke a little hole down at the bottom of it, and then I can just push it ever so gently right onto the branch. I also decided to add some white ones around the edges too. When you're making wreaths like this or any type of craft, it's a really good idea to use different colors and textures, and it has to be pleasing to your eye. It's your project, you're going to be displaying it in your home, and you want to love it. So it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks of it, you have to be the one to love it. Now, I like to inspire people to create things in their own homes, so I hope you're loving how this wreath is turning out as well. If you do like it, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up, and if you want to stick around a while, hit that red subscribe button. You're probably getting the idea of where I'm going with this wreath. I'm going to be adding some more leaves, some more pine cones, probably a few more berries, and maybe even a couple more pumpkins. Here's the finished wreath. I just love it. I'd like to thank Catherine from A Perfect Place to Start for co-hosting me for the challenge. If you like this kind of content, I'd love for you to hit that red subscribe button and stick around a while. You can also click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching!